Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a full moon in Pisces reading active on the 27th of August, and it is a partial lunar eclipse. This is the second to the last eclipse in a cycle that began a couple of years ago. And the general power of this eclipse cycle has been the profound release of what is familiar, what is comfortable, what no longer serves you, what keeps you stuck in a particular place of safety where you are likely unlearning or not learning anything that is empowering your dreams, your manifestations. So this is about clearing space for new goals, and really a new version of yourself that is more trusting in yourself, with more faith in your capacity to achieve what it is you dream about. From the Crystal Spirit Oracle, the Mookite Jasper. So this is about taking risks, being on the road to adventure, which is all about exploration and discovery, about new aspects of this experience. Again, moving away from what is familiar and safe. The safe road is not the road for you right now, Aquarius, and you are uniquely capable of navigating new opportunities, new information. This is a step towards healing some familiar wounds by reviewing and re-evaluating, reconsidering experiences from your past in a new light. This is also a kind of recognition that as you kind of stress and strain against the current confines of your experience, the limitations as you experience them, there is this gentleness that is called upon for you to recognize that others are doing the very best they can. So this is about having faith in the same ability in others that you are trying to exhibit in your own life, recognizing that you're all on and in new terrain, that there are new possibilities that no one has necessarily configured before as well as you. So there's a kind of patience that's being asked for, because this is an exciting time, a time of tremendous growth potential for you. And in the soul's journey, we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. This is interesting because there is information coming through about your interactions with others as you are choosing this challenge in your routine life, your everyday life. You're choosing values and principles that are challenging your what is familiar to you, what you consider to be right. You are potentially opening up to new possibilities of what brings you together with others towards a specific end or goal. And so this forgiveness, I believe, is really about you forgiving yourself for pushing so hard, for being so impatient at times, for asking others to provide you with comfort or assurance of something that no one is assured or comfortable about. This is about creating new practices, new environments, new opportunities, and others are in the same position you are. So forgiving them for appearing to be obstacles to what you want to accomplish, and forgiving yourself for being impatient, for being perhaps feeling self-centered in your anxiety about achieving something new in an unknown territory. In the present, the Eight of Pentacles, I like this because this is showing me that you see yourself as having and currently working diligently towards the improvement of your environment, the improvement of yourself. You feel as though you are preparing yourself for the possibilities of success or the recognition of those opportunities in your life, and understanding that you may not currently be entirely ready. It's okay not to be entirely ready, but I think that may be something that is projected outwards towards others. Others, get ready. There are things coming. We need to be ready to do X, Y, or Z. And that impatience or that sense that we can be prepared for the unlikely and unpredictable events of our current environment is a different energy, one that you are working on within yourself, one that you're trying to recognize is giving yourself the same grace that you give to others. There is no perfect time. There is no perfection. This is messy business. And being a little more comfortable with that messiness, being standing in your own power of perception and willingness to do the work is really the spirit that is taking you towards what looks like a very clear success. In the past, the Wheel of Fortune. So you have experienced some radically new state of being, some new experience, a new environment. Perhaps something you wished for was manifested and has taken you to a new level. Whatever that is, this card is often considered a stroke of good luck or some kind of good fortune. But at a deeper level, it really is whatever goes up must come down. There is a cycle to experience. We start something, it's difficult, we succeed, and then we implement that learning or understanding as we move forward. And that is, I believe, a productive way of looking at the cycle of change. Change has visited your life in a big way. And it needn't be recently. It can have been over some time in the past. But whatever change that was, it initiated a whole cycle of changes. This is what's requiring you to step into this adventure, because change means it's going to be unknown. You don't know what it's going to be. And that ultimately is exhilarating and stretching you in a way that you are more than capable of stepping up to. And in the future, the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is coming kind of forward as the big daddy energy. This shows me a kind of mastery that you aspire to. I don't feel that the Aquarians I'm speaking to are about half measures, about being asleep at the wheel. This is about you reaching some level of mastery, but what others expect, or what even you expect from this mastery, is some kind of fortune or generosity or reward or gold star. Instead, the King of Pentacles delivers work. You've mastered something, so here's your task. And I think you're busy identifying that task, what that task is for you, what that dream you're working up to. In other words, all of this work, all of this perfecting your skills, your devotional crafting to improve yourself is in preparation for an opportunity to do more of this. The work is always there. The work you're doing now is preparing you for greater work. But the difference with, I think, the work that you're moving towards is that it is of benefit to your community. This just isn't about feathering your nest or being cozy and comfortable or sitting back in retirement. This is active. This is ways in which the task you're creating for yourself, the dream that you are working up to building, is something that benefits others. In fact, a whole community. If this reading is resonating for you, Aquarius, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Thank you to all of you that are present here, that support me in whatever way you do. It is definitely felt and appreciated in these times of incredible change where more and more is demanded from us at every turn. So the Wheel of Fortune in the past is going to be clarified by the Chariot, the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles clarified by the Three of Cups, and the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles clarified by the Sun card, and the Knight of Cups. Wow. So there's a mouthful here. So the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the High Priestess and the Chariot. Yeah, there's some deep reflection that many of you have been doing. Perhaps you have enlisted some kind of guidance or counsel to help you look at your secret experiences, or many of the skills or wisdom you gain from this deeper dive into knowing who you are. The Chariot talks about harnessing that unique perspective that you have as a result of your experiences, as a result of your knowing who you are. But that wisdom is something you keep for yourself. This is silent wisdom. And in the past, this is about a past event. You've harnessed that to stand out from the crowd, to identify a goal that is relevant for you, and to focus on that. So this is telling me the changes that you've sustained has been over a period of time. This is not something that happened yesterday, because you've really worked this change. You manifested this change divinely. This change really has marked you as an individual, has elevated your position in some structure, organization within a family or an organization. But this comes from a very deep, primal place within you. This is a path, a goal that you are somehow reclaiming. And it can be reclaiming from your ancestry. It can have been guided by an ancestor. But you began something, you moved towards the accomplishment that was not, it didn't take too long to achieve this, but it has changed you forever. You will never be the same. And in the present, the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Cups and the Hierophant. So here, you are committing. There's some really deep commitment to something beautiful. You are supported. You're deeply supported in the work you do. In fact, you have support all around you. And something tells me you may not recognize the support because of your perception of what you bring to this particular opportunity. So you bring a very sophisticated or developed sense of leadership, knowledge, understanding that is that is being welcomed into some kind of a space. And it is about the way work is done or organized, and you may be overlooking the support you have for the energy that you bring. And this tells me that your way of exhibiting that effort is best done through modeling behavior. In other words, doing the work rather than saying the words helps others to understand what it is that you're bringing to an organization or to the way things are being done. So I think you are perhaps not recognizing that the support you have is deep support. It's support for you to clarify what you believe, what you desire, even if that feels as though you are challenging a way that things are being done. It's sort of like you're really on the page with others that you may feel that you need to instruct. And that support is deep. It recognizes perhaps the growth that you are achieving at this time, the development that you are pursuing, even if your words don't always match your effort. And it is the effort that is telling the story, communicating to others what your goals are, what you want, and the recognition ultimately that you are all in this together. You're all working towards a similar sense of principle, of values, and of community. And in the future, the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Sun. This is really beautiful energy because I do see your sense of self flowering, your greater and greater confidence in your emotions, less as a vehicle of expression, but more as a validation of the expression that you are developing, that you're growing into. This is about your recognition of your privilege, your recognition of the support you have, the abundance you experience in your life, the joy, and the emphasis here feels to be on joy because I feel like there is a lot of anxiety around some of the change that you are not only manifesting but experiencing as a result of what you are manifesting. So your emotions become more and more a way that centers you on the right path, the right move forward, the next step, and a way of aligning yourself with, it feels like a community that is being reminded through your emotional expression of this sacred privilege that you hold, whatever that is. And it feels like it has to do with the way that you're giving back to your community, the value of that, the liberation in that. So this is part of a pretty articulated risk that you're taking, the risk of exposing yourself and not feeling perfect in your expression, but also being cautious to not alienate those that support you. And it feels like a community or journey that you are all on together, and that is thoroughly supported by allies. I hope this is clear. This is a really interesting reading, Aquarius. And I'm going to finish this up with a flower oracle and hope this has been helpful, insightful. The calla lily, the key word is rejuvenation, reawaken, and then stand stronger. So yeah, I'm feeling there's like some major readjustment and tweaking in this adventure that you're on, this expansive change that you've initiated and that is catapulting more changes as you progress. So thank you, Aquarius, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.